Yeah, I tried. I struggled with pornography and masturbation addiction since I was like 12 years old. I was introduced from pornography when I was 8. I found like a flyer in the street or something like that, and just knowing nothing, just was enthralled with it. And then it became a more serious problem when I got older, like 12, because I realized it had this cool effect on you, like this kind of this energy, this high that you would get from it that I didn't quite understand as a little kid. But my house was pretty chaotic growing up. A lot of discourse between my parents, and just being left alone a lot, and just kind of a lot of, yeah. So pornography was this great outlet for me as a little kid, not knowing like what I'm feeling and how to deal with things, and so it became a pretty regular part of my life by the time I was in my teenage years. Um, and then when I started, heading towards marriage age in the church, which is like 18, um, I was I started seriously thinking like, well, I can't continue to watch pornography, but I also had this weird reassurance that I don't know where it came from, that it would just magically evaporate the day I got blessed, that it would just kind of fizzle out and I wouldn't have any desire because all of my sexual desires and needs would be met immediately and constantly by my wife.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Surprisingly, it's a little different than that. So, um,
I
yeah,
would have known that your wife does not want to like suck your penis every time you want you want
I
her to.
know
It's
it's
like
baffling, man. I have a very beautiful penis, I
Yeah.
just, um, yeah, it was pretty, honestly, we're joking about it now, but man, I was like genuinely surprised.
Well,
After getting blessed, I was just like, what? Why don't you want to have sex constantly all the time?
Mm.
I don't
can I just
understand.
say that this is so much more prevalent than I think a lot of us realize because we're not having this conversation. But when you start looking into like AI and robotics and sex and where all that is headed, it's becoming a $1 billion industry of people, opting for sex whenever I want, you serve me. And if people can't get that in real life, which nobody can, then they opt out of humans altogether. And that's where something, instead of realizing, oh wait, I'm just being selfish, a lot of people are like, oh, they think, oh, people are stupid. I'm right, people are stupid, right? And they just get robots. So like your sense wasn't unfounded, because that's actually part of the porn culture, is that person's there to serve my needs. And
Yeah.
that's where it's like we're brainwashed and we don't even know it. It's so sneaky, right? That you say, where did I come up with this notion that my wife is going to meet all my sexual needs? Well, I'll tell you where you got that idea from the years of porn that you were consuming. That's definitely a
I
huge
think you
part of it.
might be onto something there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
For sure.
man. It took a long time, a lot of stepping back to really see it, because I honestly, and then even then, I it didn't evaporate, and I didn't magically become, uninterested in porn. It just became something I was fighting with more than I ever had before. Because it was something I tried to many times as a teenager stop, but I would only ever get success during like a workshop or something. But I was just so busy that I just didn't have
Right.
time. It wasn't out of like successful condition setting. I just didn't have time to masturbate, or and I didn't have access necessarily, so it wasn't really success in that sense.
Yeah.
And my I had continued to watch pornography and masturbate in our marriage silently, completely unaware of the effects that it was having, because it's like my whole conscious life, almost pornography had been a part of it, and so I just didn't really see what did Justson look like without it, because it had always been there.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea the effect it had on me, and my wife knew there was something up, but couldn't put her finger on it. And we actually went to a high noon summit, and she was listening to um, what's his name? Curly hair, goofy guy, great wife, lots of kids.
Curly hair.
curly hair.
Curly
Well, it's
hair,
not like
goofy
Leighton.
curly
guy,
hair.
lots of
Leighton,
kids.
there you go. Leighton, thank you.
Who?
it's not it's like, you know,
Right. Yeah.
bouncy,
That's a
flowy.
perfect way of describing him.
Leighton was talking about, like, you know, how do you spot an addict? Kind of, sort of, just kind of breaking it down. What does it look like to live with someone? Um, you know, anyway, and my wife was just like, "That's Justson."
Mm-hmm.
And I asked a question, which I was very proud, because you guys had this cool app where if someone liked their question, the question that you asked, the anonymous question, they could like vote it up. And my question immediately got voted to like completely to the top with like an
Mhm.
overwhelming majority. And it was like, how do you tell your wife that, you know, you've been hiding your porn addiction for so long?
Mhm.
Because like I'm afraid she's gonna leave me or something like that if I say it. And it
Well,
was like,
in that situation, you could have asked, "How do you tell your wife about your porn addiction?" Signed, Justin Darty, and then you would have said,
oh come on. Oh man, yeah, it was something that yeah, then someone answered it. I don't know, but I think it was Leighton said it was like, you know, sooner than later, because if she's gonna leave you, you know, she's already gone. You're not you're not really
Mm.
doing anything. You know, it's something that will come out no matter what.
Right.
Yeah, but then, and I really wanted to come clean. I was in the car. We were driving back from New Jersey, and I was like, you know, I swear it's on the tip of my tongue. And then she asks me first, and I was like, dang it. You know, if she asks me for the information, it's not as good as if I offered the information. I was
For
like,
sure, for
oh,
sure.
oh, I'm screwed. Yeah, so we talked about it, and um, it yeah. Then I signed up for the 90-day High Noon's 90-day program, and I didn't get very far. I think I got like 20 days into it or less, and I just was like, "Oh, I can't do this. I'm not connected to this at all. I feel like, you know, listening to Andrew talk every day is exhausting."
"You and me both." I'm just kidding.
I don't know. It's just I was like, these videos feel cheesy, and I
Right.
don't feel like this is where I'm at, and like, this is not the support I need. And my workshop high was wearing off, and I was just like, this isn't working. And I was really frustrated. I couldn't get into a group because of my schedule, my work schedule. I just couldn't get into one of the
Mhm.
High Noons
Right.
small men's groups. Yeah. So I actually found a lot of success with another group, not a church group affiliated, that my wife actually found, which is, God bless her, because I definitely would have never found it.